The sun was warm on my porch. I held my cup of Earl Grey. The tea was just right. Not too hot. Not too cold. My cat Butter was in the yard. She chased a butterfly. Her fat paws flopped in the grass. She looked so silly. I smiled into my cup, but then I heard it. A loud engine roar. It was my car. My 1987 Chevy Impala. Dark green paint. Cream leather seats. Old but gold. I kept it perfect. My husband Ed loved that car. He fixed it up before he died. I took care of it after I parked it on the street that morning. My knee hurt bad. I did not want to back it in. That was my mistake. The engine screamed. Tires squealed. I looked up fast. My car was moving. Somebody was driving it away. I saw blonde hair in the window. Big hair. Puffy like a lion's mane. Nails bright red. Clicking on the wheel. It was Melanie. My niece. My dead sister's girl. She was 32. Maybe 33. She never called first. She never asked. She just took it. She kicked my screen door open. I heard it slam the wall. She grabbed my keys from the hook. She did not say hello.
She did not look at me.
Borrowing this, Aunt Peggy. That was all. I have a producer to see. Then she was gone. She did not close the door. It swung in the breeze. I sat there with my tea. My cup shook a little. The lid tapped the rim.
Top.
Tapped, then I saw it. Her carrier. Butter's carrier. It was on the front seat. Melanie did not even see it. She just grabbed and went. My cat was in there. My fat little Butter. She was scared of cars. She hated loud noises. And now she was gone. I put my tea down slow. I walked to the door. I leaned on the frame. The street was empty. Just dust from the tires. My car was a green speck far away. Then it turned a corner.
Gone.
Mary came out next door. She leaned over the fence. Her eyes were big. Peggy was that Melanie again. She always knew. Everybody knew Melanie. She was famous for bad news. I did not answer right away. I picked up my tea. I took a sip. The tea was still warm. Good. I needed that. She took my car. I said. She took Butter too. Mary gasped. Oh no. The cat. Cat's in the carrier. She did not see it. That girl. Mary shook her head. That girl has no sense. She has no manners either, I said. But she has my keys. Mary asked if I called the police. I said no. What for? She was family.
Blood.
Stupid blood. But still blood. I did not want cops at my door. Not yet. I went back inside. I sat in my chair by the window. My phone was on the side table. I stared at it. It did not ring. Of course not. Melanie never called after she took. She only called when she needed more. I looked at the clock. 2 p.m. She would drive that car hard. She always drove hard. Fast starts. Hard stops. She burned gas like water. That Chevy was old. It needed care. Soft feet on the pedals. Gentle turns. Melanie had no soft in her. I knew what would happen. The brake pads were thin. I had an appointment Friday. The shop was ready. I just had to get there. But Melanie took it first. She would stomp the brakes. She would smoke them. The car would overheat. It would shake. It would die. 3 days. That was my guess. 3 days and she would call. She would cry. She would scream. She would blame me. That was Melanie's way. I picked up my tea again. I went back to the porch. I sat in my rocker. I rocked slow. Back and forth. The wood creaked. It was a good sound. A safe sound. I thought about Ed. He loved that Chevy. He bought it new in '87. We drove it to the coast.
We drove it to the mountains.
We took it to our daughter's wedding. Our daughter lives in Oregon now. She calls every Sunday. She asks about the car. She asks about Butter. She never asks about Melanie. Smart girl. Ed fixed the engine himself. He changed the oil. He checked the belts. He said the car would outlive us. He was right about the car. He was wrong about himself. He died 10 years ago. Heart attack.
Fast.
Quiet.
He was just gone.
I kept the car for him. I washed it every week. I waxed it twice a year. I kept his toolbox in the trunk. His old cap on the dash. his coffee mug in the cup holder. That car was Ed. That car was our life. And now Melanie had it. I took a deep breath. I let it out slow. I did not cry. I do not cry easy. I learned that from Ed. He said, Peggy, you are tough. You are tougher than me. He was right. Butter was the one who made me soft. That cat came to me after Ed died. A stray. Skinny.
Dirty.
She walked up my steps. She sat on my mat. She looked at me with big yellow eyes. I gave her milk. She stayed. She got fat. She got bossy. She slept on my chest at night. She purred like a little motor. She was my girl. And now Melanie had her too. I finished my tea. I went inside. I made another cup. I added honey. I added lemon. I stirred it slow. The spoon clinked on the china. I like that sound. It is a proper sound. A lady sound. I sat down with my new cup. I turned on the TV.
Some old show was on.
A black and white movie. I did not watch it. I just listened. The voices were soft. The music was old. It calmed me down. My phone buzzed. I looked. It was a text. From Melanie. I opened it. Car runs great. Thanks, Aunt Peg. I stared at that text. Runs great. She had no idea. She had no clue about the brakes. She had no clue about the oil leak. She had no clue about the right rear tire. It had a slow leak. I was going to fix that too. On Friday. I did not reply. I put the phone down. I sipped my tea. An hour passed. The sun moved lower. The light turned gold. I heard a noise at the door. A tiny scratch. Then a mew. A soft little mew. I put my cup down fast. I ran to the door. I pulled it open. Butter sat on the mat. She was dirty. Her fur was a mess. Her eyes were big and scared. She shook a little. She mewed again. Then she ran inside. She ran to my lap. She burrowed into my arms. She shook and shook. I held her tight. I kissed her head. I felt her heart beat fast.
Poor baby.
Poor little girl. She must have clawed the carrier open. She must have jumped out. She must have walked all the way home. 6 miles. Maybe 7. She found her way back. I sat there for a long time. I held my cat. I stroked her fur. She calmed down slow. Her shake stopped. Her purrs started. Little rumbles. Like a tiny engine. I looked out the window. My street was quiet. The mailman came by.
He waved.
I waved back. The neighbor kids rode their bikes. They rang their bells. Life went on. I did not call Melanie. I did not text her. I let her drive that car. I let her think she won. I let her feel big and smart.
She stole my ride.
She took my pet. She did not say sorry. She did not even blink, but I knew. I knew that car would break. I knew she would call. I knew she would beg. And I knew what I would say. Not yet. The tea was still hot. Butter was warm on my lap. I rocked slow in my chair. I watched the sun go down. Tomorrow would come. And Melanie would learn. She took from the wrong old lady. She messed with the wrong cat. She thought I was weak. She thought I was old. She thought I was nothing. She was wrong. That night, I slept well. Butter slept on my chest. Her purse hummed in my ear. I dreamed of Ed. He was fixing the car.
He smiled at me.
He winked. He said, "You got this, Peg." I woke up to sunshine. I woke up to birdsong. I woke up to my phone ringing. It was Melanie. I let it ring. I made my tea. I fed my cat. Then I picked up the phone. She was screaming. The car broke down. Smoke everywhere. She was stuck at a gas station. She had no money. She had no ride. She needed me. I sipped my tea. I said one word.
No.
Then I hung up. I pet my cat. I sipped my tea. And I smiled. The phone rang again. I let it ring. Butter looked up. Her ears twitched. She went back to sleep. Smart cat. The phone rang a third time. I picked it up. Melanie was still yelling. "You hung up on me." She was mad. "I am stuck here. It is hot. My phone is at 5%. I said nothing. I sipped my tea. "Are you there?" she yelled. "Aunt Peggy." "I am here," I said. "I am drinking my tea." My car is dead. Your stupid car is dead. Smoke came out. Big smoke. Black smoke. I thought it would catch fire. I put my cup down. Did it catch fire? No. But it could have. But it did not. That is not the point. She was breathing hard. I could hear cars honk in the back. Gas station noises. A dog barked. A man shouted. I waited. I let her run out of her. Where are you? I asked. Some gas station on the highway. I do not know the name. There is a big sign. A red sign. A chicken on it. That is the Fry Bird Station, I said. 20 miles south of town. Yes.
That.
Can you come get me? No. She went quiet. That was new. Melanie did not do quiet. She did loud. She did mad. She did mean. But quiet. That was strange. Why not? She asked.
Her voice was small now.
Small and shaky. I am your niece. I am family. You are my aunt. You stole my car, I said. You took my cat. You did not ask. You did not say sorry. You just took. I said thanks. I texted you. I said thanks. That is not sorry.
She huffed.
She made that noise. That noise she made since she was a kid. The huff. The puff. The I am so mad huff. I will pay for the tow, she said. I just need you to call one. I have no cash. My card is in my purse. But the purse is in the car. And the car is dead. I looked at my clock. 10 a.m. The sun was high. It was hot out there. Hot and sticky. Melanie was in a tank top. She wore tiny shorts. Her fake tan was probably melting. I almost felt bad. Almost call your mother, I said. She is at work. She cannot leave. She will kill me. Then call a friend. All my friends are busy. That was a lie. I knew it. Melanie had lots of friends. But she burned them all. She borrowed money. She crashed their cars. She lost their jewelry. She never paid back. She never fixed things. She just moved on to the next friend. I knew all of this. I knew because Mary told me. Mary knew everybody. Mary knew everything. Mary said Melanie owed $300 to Jenna. She owed $50 to Kyle. She owed a coat to Lisa. She never gave any back. I picked up my tea again. I took a slow sip. Call a cab, I said. That costs $80. That is not my problem. She started to cry. Real tears. I could hear them. Her voice got wet and thick. Please, Aunt Peggy. Please. I am so hot. I have no water. I have no food. I am scared. I closed my eyes. I thought about her as a kid. She was 5. She fell off her bike. She scraped her knee.
She ran to me.
I picked her up. I put a bandage on. I gave her a cookie. She smiled. That was a long time ago, but she was not 5 now. She was 32. She made her own choices. She made bad ones. She needed to learn that still. I am not a monster. I am just an old lady with a cat. Stay there, I said. I will send a tow truck. But you pay for it.
Not me.
You pay. Okay. Yes. I will pay. I promise. I do not want your promise. I want your word. Your word that you will never take my car again. Never. I promise. I swear. Never again. I gave her the tow company number. I told her to call them herself. I was not her secretary. I was not her mom. I was not her bank. She said okay. She said thank you.
She said sorry.
Just once. Small and fast. But she said it. I hung up. I looked at Butter. She was stretched out on the rug. Her belly was up. Her paws were in the air. She looked so silly.
So soft.
I bent down. I rubbed her belly. She purred loud. The phone rang again. I looked at the screen. It was my sister. My other sister. Not Melanie's mom. My other sister.
Clara.
She lived in Florida. She called once a month. She was the nice one. Peggy, she said. I heard what happened. Mary called me. Mary calls everybody. Mary sure does. Melanie took your car with Butter inside. Yep. That girl is a mess. A total mess. Mom would be so mad. Mom died 20 years ago. She was a tough woman. She raised 4 girls on her own. She worked 2 jobs. She never took from anybody.
She gave.
She gave and gave. She would hate what Melanie did. I handled it. I said, I know you did. You always do. But Peggy, why do you let her do this? She walks all over you. She walks all over Lou too. Lou lets her. But you do not let anybody walk on you. So why her? I thought about that. Why did I let her? She stole from me. She lied to me. She took my things. She never said sorry. She never changed. So why did I let her? Because she is my sister's kid. I said. Because Mom would want me to help. Because she has nobody else. She has Lou. Lou is her mom. Lou is weak. Lou gives her money. Lou gives her food. Lou gives her everything. That is not help. That is just feeding the fire. Clara laughed. You sound like Dad. Dad was a mechanic. He fixed cars. He fixed lawnmowers. He fixed anything with a motor. He said the same thing about engines. You feed them bad gas, they smoke. You give them bad oil, they die. You have to be smart. You have to be firm. I told Clara I had to go. I hung up. I sat down. I looked at my phone. I opened my contacts. I found a name. A man named Frank. Frank was a tow truck driver.
He was honest.
He was fair. He was my friend. I texted him. Frank, my niece's car broke down. At the Frybird station. Green Chevy Impala. Old. Do not fix it.
Just tow it to my garage.
Bill her. Not me. He texted back fast. Got it, Peg. I put my phone down. I went to the kitchen. I made a sandwich. Turkey and cheese. On rye bread. With mustard. I cut it in 4 squares. I ate it slow. I drank more tea. Butter came over. She sat by my feet. She mewed. She wanted some turkey. I gave her a tiny piece.
She ate it fast.
She licked her chops. She looked at me for more. I gave her another piece. The afternoon went by. Slow and quiet. I read a book. An old mystery. The detective was a lady. She was smart. She was tough. She solved the crime. She drank tea too. I liked that book. At 4 p.m., Frank called.
Peg.
I towed the car.
It is at your garage now.
Your guy Pete is there. He looked at it. The brake pads are gone. The right rear tire is flat. The oil is low, but the engine is fine. It just overheated. How much to fix it? Pete said. 300. Parts and labor. Maybe 4. Bill Melanie. She has a card. She will give it to you. Frank laughed. She did not look happy. She was sitting on the curb. Her hair was a mess. Her mascara was down her face. She looked like a wet cat. I laughed too. That was a good picture. Melanie with no makeup. Melanie with flat hair. Melanie with no ride. She looked normal. She looked like us. I thanked Frank. I hung up. I went back to my chair. The sun was lower now. The light was soft. The birds were singing. Butter was on my lap. She was asleep. Her paws twitched. She was dreaming of mice. Or turkey. Or both. I sipped my tea. I thought about Melanie. She would call me again. She would ask for a ride. She would ask for money. She would ask for things. And I would say no. Not mean. Not cruel. Just no. Firm and fair. Like Dad said. Like Ed said. Like I always said to myself, do you give a mouse a cookie? It wants milk. You give Melanie a ride, she wants the car. You give her the car, she wants the house. No. That was done. That was over. I pet my cat. I sipped my tea. I watched the sunset. The sky turned pink. Then orange. Then purple. It was pretty. It was calm. It was mine. Melanie did not call that night. No text.
No cry. No scream.
Just quiet. I did not mind. I went to bed early. Butter curled up next to me. Her purr was soft. Her fur was warm. I fell asleep fast. I dreamed of Ed.
He was in his shop.
He was fixing a car. He waved at me. He smiled. He said, good job, Peg. I woke up happy. I woke up strong. I made my tea. I fed my cat. I sat on my porch. The day was new. The day was good. Melanie would come back. She would beg. She would plead. She would cry up, but I was ready. I had my tea. I had my cat. I had my house. I had my life. And that was enough. That was more than enough. That I took a sip. I let the tea warm me. I let the sun hit my face. I smiled. That let her come. Let her try. I am not scared. I am not weak. I am Peggy. I am tough. I am fine. And nobody takes that from me. Not Melanie. Not Lou. Not anybody. I pet my cat. I sipped my tea. And I waited. The next morning came fast. I woke up early. Butter was still asleep. She was on my pillow. Her tail was on my nose. I sneezed. She did not move.
Lazy cat.
I got up slow. My knee hurt. It always hurt in the morning. I grabbed my cane. I limped to the kitchen. I put the kettle on. I waited for the whistle. The phone rang. It was Lou, Melanie's mom. My sister. She never called this early. Never. Something was wrong. I picked up. Lou, Peggy. Her voice was tight. Melanie is in trouble. Big trouble. She called me crying. She said her car is gone. The tow truck took it. She has no way home. She slept at the gas station last night. On a bench. A bench, Peggy. I poured my hot water. I put my tea bag in. I let it steep. She had money. She had a card. She could have called a cab. She said the cab was too much. She said you told her no. You told her no and hung up. I told her to call a tow truck. I told her to pay for it. I did not tell her to sleep on a bench. Lou sighed. That big sigh. That why is life so hard sigh. She is your niece. Your blood. You could have gone to get her. You have a car. You have gas. You have time. I took my tea bag out. I added honey. I stirred it slow.
Lou.
She stole my car. She took my cat. She never said sorry. Not once. Not a real sorry. Just a fast word. A small word. That does not count. She is young. She makes mistakes. You were young once too. I put my cup down. I sat at the table. I looked out the window. The sun was up. The birds were busy. The world was fine. I was young.
Yes.
But I did not steal. I did not lie. I did not take from people and then blame them. That is not young. That is spoiled. Lou was quiet. I could hear her breathe. I could hear her think. I need you to help her, she said. Just this once. I will pay you back. I will make her pay you back.
Please, Peggy.
She is my daughter. My only one. I closed my eyes. I thought about Lou. She was 10 years younger than me. She had Melanie late. She was 41 when Melanie was born. Lou's husband left soon after. Just took off. Never came back. Lou raised Melanie alone. She worked double shifts. She missed school plays. She missed birthdays. She tried so hard. And Melanie did not try. Melanie took and took. Melanie blamed the world. Melanie never said thanks. She just said more. But Lou is still my sister. Still my blood. Still the girl who shared my room. The girl who stole my lipstick. The girl who broke my doll. The girl I loved anyway. Fine, I said. I will pick her up. One time. One ride. Then she is on her own. Thank you. Thank you, Peggy. I will text you the address. Text me her phone number too. I lost it. I hung up. I drank my tea. It was good. Hot and sweet. Just right. I got dressed. Old jeans. Old shirt. Comfortable shoes. I grabbed my keys. My good keys. The keys to my other car. A little blue Honda. Nothing fancy. Just a car.
It ran fine.
It got me places. Butter followed me to the door. She mewed. She wanted to come. No, I said. You stay. You had enough car rides for a while. She sat down. She looked sad. She looked at me with big eyes. I almost gave in. Almost. But I did not. I drove slow. The highway was busy.
Trucks. Cars. Vans.
People in a hurry. I was not in a hurry. I drove the speed limit. I let people pass me. I did not care. I found the gas station. The Fry Bird. Big red sign. A fat chicken on it. The parking lot was dirty. Trash on the ground. Old cups. Old bags. A bad place. A sad place. And there she was. Melanie. Sitting on a bench. Her hair was flat. Her makeup was gone. Her shirt was stained. Her shorts were wrinkled. She looked small. She looked scared. She looked like a kid. I pulled up. I rolled down my window. Get in. She jumped up. She ran to the car. She got in fast. She slammed the door. She put her seatbelt on. She did not look at me. She just stared ahead. I did not say anything. I pulled out of the lot. I drove back toward town. The car was quiet. Just the road noise. Just the wind. Melanie did not talk. I did not talk. We just drove. 5 miles past. Then 10. Then 15. Then she spoke. Her voice was rough.
Dry. Tired.
I am sorry. I looked at her. Her eyes were red. Her cheeks were wet. She was crying again. Real crying.
No fake.
No show. For what? I asked. For taking your car. For taking butter. For yelling at you. For being mean. For all of it. I did not say anything. I just drove. I am so stupid, she said. So dumb. I thought I was so smart. I thought I could just take and take. I thought nobody would stop me. I thought you were just an old lady. A weak old lady. I was wrong. I nodded. You were wrong. She laughed a little.
Asadleth.
A small laugh. You are not weak. You are tough.
Tougher than me.
Tougher than Mom. Tougher than anybody. I turned off the highway. I drove into town. The streets were quiet. The shops were open. People walked their dogs. Kids rode their bikes. Normal life. Nice life. Where do you live now? I asked as she gave me an address. A small street. A small building. A small apartment. She rented a place on the east side.
Cheap. Cramped.
But hers. I pulled up in front. The building was old. The paint was peeling. The steps were cracked. But the door had a lock. The windows had glass. It was fine. It was safe. I parked. I turned off the engine. I looked at her. This is your stop. She looked at the building. She looked at me. Aunt Peggy, I have no money. I have no food. I have nothing. The tow truck bill is $300. My rent is due in 2 days. I do not know what to do. I reached into my purse. I pulled out my wallet. I took out 3 20s.
$60.
Not a lot, but enough for food. Enough for a few days. Here, I said. Buy groceries. Not takeout. Not fast food. Real food.
Bread.
Milk.
Eggs.
Peanut butter. That is it. She took the money. She held it tight. Her hand shook. Thank you.
One more thing, I said. Get a job.
A real job. Not a photo shoot. Not a brand deal. A real job. With a clock. With a boss. With taxes. You need to learn how to work. She nodded. She wiped her eyes. I will. I promise. I really will. Promises are easy. Actions are hard. Show me. Do not tell me. She got out of the car. She stood on the curb. She looked back at me. Aunt Peggy, can I call you not for money?
Just to talk. I thought about that.
I thought about all the calls. All the asks. All the times she wanted things. But this was different. This felt different. Her eyes looked different. Her voice sounded different. She was not the same girl. Call me, I said. But not before 9 a.m. And not after 9 p.m. I like my sleep. She smiled. A real smile. Small but real. Okay, I will. I drove away. I looked in my mirror. She was still standing there, watching me go.
She waved.
I waved back. I drove home slow. The sun was high. The day was warm. I rolled down my window. I let the air hit my face. It felt good. I got home. I parked in my driveway. I went inside. Butter was waiting. She was on the rug. She looked up. She mewed. She ran to me. I picked her up. I held her close. She purred loud. She was happy. I was happy. I made my tea. I sat in my chair. I put my feet up. Butter jumped on my lap. She curled into a ball. She fell asleep fast. I sipped my tea. I thought about the day. I thought about Melanie. I thought about her face. Her tired face. Her sad face. Her hopeful face. Maybe she would change. Maybe she would grow up. Maybe she would be better. Maybe not. Time would tell. But I did my part. I showed her kindness. I showed her firmness. I showed her the door.
It was up to her now.
I looked down at Butter. She was dreaming. Her paws twitched. Her whiskers moved.
She was chasing something. A mouse.
A bird. A butterfly. I smiled. I sipped my tea. I watched the sun go down. The sky turned pink, then orange, then red. It was beautiful. It was peaceful. It was mine. I did not wait for the phone to ring. I did not check my texts. I just sat there. With my cat. With my tea. With my life. And that was enough. That was more than enough. A week went by. Quiet days. Hot days. I sat on my porch. I drank my tea. I watched the world. Butter chased bugs. She caught none. She did not care. Melanie did not call. She did not text. That was fine by me. I liked the quiet. I liked the peace. Then Mary came over. She had news. She always had news. She leaned on my fence. Her eyes were wide. Peggy, have you heard what about Melanie? She got a job. A real job. At the diner. The one on Main Street. She waits tables. I put my cup down. She did, yep. I saw her myself. She wore an apron. She carried a tray. She took orders. She smiled at people. Real smiles. Not fake ones. I did not say anything. I just nodded. I felt something in my chest. Not pride. Not joy. Just something. A little warmth. A little hope. Mary left. I went inside. I made fresh tea. I sat by the window. I thought about Melanie. Her flat hair. Her tired eyes. Her shaky hands. She took the $60. She bought food.
She found a job. She did it.
She actually did it. The next day, I drove to Main Street. I parked across from the diner. I watched through the window. There she was. Melanie. In a pink apron. With a name tag. She walked to a table. She took an order. She wrote it down. She smiled. A real smile. A tired smile. But real. She saw me. Her face changed. She looked surprised. Then she smiled bigger.
She waved.
I waved back. I drove home. That was enough. A month passed. The leaves started to turn. The air got cooler. I wore my sweater. Butter wore her fur. She was fine. Melanie called me. One Sunday. 9 a.m. Right on time. Aunt Peggy, it is me. Melanie. I know who it is. I just wanted to say hi.
And to tell you something.
I got my first paycheck. It was small. But it was mine. I paid the tow truck. I paid my rent. I have $10 left. I bought a loaf of bread and some cheese. Good, I said. That is good. Can I come over this afternoon? I want to show you something. I looked at my calendar. It was empty. It was always empty. Come at 2. I will make tea. She came at 2. On the dot. She wore jeans. A plain shirt.
No fancy nails.
No big hair. She looked clean. She looked normal. She looked like a person. She sat on my porch. I gave her tea. She drank it slow. She did not complain. She did not ask for sugar. She just drank. I got a second job, she said. At the library. Shelving books.
Part-time.
It does not pay much. But it is quiet. I like quiet now. I looked at her. Her hands were rough. Her nails were short.
Her skin was dry.
She worked. She really worked. At how is school? I asked. I dropped the influencer stuff. All of it. Deleted my accounts. Told my followers I was done. Some of them were mean. Some were nice. I do not care anymore. I signed up for community college. Accounting. Like you said. I nodded. I sipped my tea.
Good. She looked at me.
Her eyes were wet. Aunt Peggy.
I want to say something.
I want to say it right. Not fast. Not small. Real. I put my cup down. I looked at her. Go ahead. I am sorry.
For everything.
For the car. For butter. For the yelling. For the lies.
For all of it.
I was a bad person. A selfish person. I took and took. I never gave. I blamed everybody else. I blamed you. I blamed Mom. I blamed the world. But it was me. It was all me. I listened. I did not interrupt. I am not that person anymore. I do not want to be. I want to be like you.
Strong. Kind. Fair.
I want to earn things, not take them. I want to pay my own way. I want to be proud of myself.
She stopped.
She wiped her eyes. She took a breath. Thank you. For not giving up on me. For being hard on me. For saying no. For saying yes. For all of it. I reached over. I took her hand. Her rough hand. Her tired hand. I squeezed it. Good, I said. That is good. We sat there. 2 women. 2 cups of tea. 1 cat at our feet. The sun was warm. The wind was soft. The world was fine. She stayed for an hour.
We talked about small things. Books.
Weather. Recipes. She told me about a customer at the diner. A nice old man. He left her a $5 tip. She almost cried. I told her about butter. About her bug chasing. About her fat belly. Melanie laughed. A real laugh. A loud laugh. It was nice to hear that she left at 3. She hugged me. A real hug. Tight and warm. I will come back next Sunday, she said. If that is okay. Sunday is fine, I said. I will make cookies. She smiled. She walked to her bus stop.
She waved.
I waved back. I went inside. I sat in my chair. Butter jumped on my lap. She purred. I pet her. I felt good. I felt proud. Not of me. Of her. Melanie. She did it. She turned it around. That night, I called Clara. I told her everything. She was quiet. Then she said, Peggy, you did that. You saved her. No, I said. I just said no. She saved herself. Clara laughed. You are too humble.
But fine.
Be humble. I know the truth. We talked for an hour. Old stories. Old memories. She told me about her garden. Her tomatoes were good this year. She had too many. She was making sauce. She would send me a jar that I hung up. I went to bed. Butter curled next to me. I slept well. The next Sunday came fast. Melanie showed up.
On time.
With a bag of apples. From the farmer's market.
For you, she said.
I got them with my own money. I took the bag. I smelled the apples. They smelled sweet. Thank you. We made cookies. Chocolate chip. The old recipe. Mom's recipe. We mixed the dough. We rolled the balls. We put them in the oven. The smell filled the house. It smelled like home. We sat at the kitchen table. We ate cookies. We drank milk. Butter sat on the floor. She waited for crumbs. We gave her some. She was happy. Melanie looked at me. Aunt Peggy. Can I ask you something? Ask. How do you do it? How are you so calm, so strong? You lost Ed. You live alone. You have a bad knee. But you never complain. You just keep going.
I thought about that.
I thought about Ed. I thought about his smile. His laugh. His hands. I missed him every day. But I did not stop. I could not stop. I just do, I said. 1 day at a time. 1 cup of tea at a time. 1 cat at a time. You do not need a lot. You just need enough. Enough love. Enough food. Enough peace. She nodded. She looked at her hands. I want that. I want enough. Not too much. Just enough.
You will get it, I said.
Just keep going. 1 day at a time. She smiled. A real smile. A peaceful smile. Okay. 1 day at a time. She left at sunset. She hugged me again. Tighter this time. See you next Sunday. I will be here. She walked to the bus. She turned and waved. I waved back. I went inside. I made tea. I sat on the porch. Butter on my lap. The stars came out. The moon was bright. The night was quiet and I sipped my tea. I pet my cat. I looked at the sky. I felt grateful. For my house. My health, my cat, my tea, my niece, my life. It was not perfect. It never was. But it was mine. And that was enough. That was more than enough. Autumn came fast. The leaves turned gold. The air got crisp. I wore my heavy sweater. Butter wore her fur. She was fine. Melanie kept coming. Every Sunday, 2 p.m. on the dot. She brought things. Bread from the bakery. Jam from the market. Flowers from a stand. Small things. But she paid for them. With her own money. That meant a lot. She told me about her week. The diner was busy. The library was quiet. She liked both. She liked the people. She liked the routine. She liked the paychecks. I got a raise, she said one Sunday. 50 cents more an hour. Not a lot. But it is something. That is something, I said. That is good. She smiled. A proud smile. A real one. She was taking 2 classes now. Accounting and math. She showed me her grades. A, B, and a B+. Not perfect. But close. She was trying. That was all I asked. One Sunday she came with news. Big news. Her face was red. Her eyes were bright. She could not sit still. Aunt Peggy. I have to tell you something. I put my tea down. Tell me. I got a new job.
A real job.
Not a diner job. A desk job. At a small office. They do taxes. They need a helper. I applied. I got it. I looked at her. She was shaking. Happy shakes. That is wonderful. That is so wonderful. It pays more. It has benefits. Health insurance. Paid time off. I cannot believe it.
Me.
A desk job. With a chair. With a computer. I stood up. I hugged her. Tight and long. She hugged me back. We stood there for a minute. Just hugging. Just feeling. Your mom would be so proud, I said. She pulled back. Her eyes were wet. Mom does not know yet. I wanted to tell you first. You are the one who believed in me. You are the one who said no. You are the one who said yes. You are the one. I wiped my eyes. I do not cry easy. But this time I did. Just a little. Go call your mom, I said. She needs to hear this.
Now.
She called Lou. I heard her voice. Happy and loud. I heard Lou cry. I heard Lou laugh. It was a good sound. A family sound. That night I sat on my porch. Butter on my lap. Tea in my hand. The stars were out. The moon was full. I thought about Ed. He would have loved this. He always liked Melanie. He saw the good in her. Even when she was bad. He said she had a good heart. She just needed to find it. I think he was right. She found it. Or maybe it found her. Either way, it was there. The weeks went by. Melanie started her new job. She liked it. She told me about her boss. A nice woman.
Her name was Diane.
She was patient. She taught Melanie things. Tax forms. Spreadsheets.
Filing.
Melanie learned fast. Accounting is not hard, she said. It is just numbers. Numbers make sense. People are hard. Numbers are easy.
I laughed.
You sound like Ed. Who is Ed? My husband. He said the same thing. Numbers do not lie. People do. Numbers are safe. She nodded. He was smart. He was. She asked about Ed more. About our life. About our marriage. I told her stories. The good ones. The funny ones. The sad ones. She listened. She did not interrupt. She just listened. One Sunday, she brought a gift. A small box. Wrapped in brown paper. Open it, she said. I opened it slow. Inside was a mug. A pretty mug. White with blue flowers. A little chip on the rim. But beautiful. I found it at a thrift store, she said. It reminded me of you. You and your tea. You and your mugs. It is used. But I liked it. I hope you like it. I held the mug. It was warm in my hands. It felt old. It felt loved. It felt like me. I love it, I said. I will use it tomorrow. She smiled. That big smile. The one that reached her eyes. That night I made tea in the new mug. It was perfect. The tea tasted better. Or maybe it was the mug. Or maybe it was the love. Life went on. Quiet and good. I went to the store. I went to the doctor. I went to the park. I fed the birds. I talked to Mary. I talked to Clara on the phone. I lived my life. Melanie called every Tuesday, not Sunday. That was our visit day.
Tuesday was our call day. She told me about her week.
I told her about mine. Small things. Big things. Nothing things. It did not matter. We just talked. She came to visit on Sundays. She helped me in the garden. She fixed my loose step. She painted my fence. She did not complain. She just did it. With a smiled, "Thank you," I said one day. "For all this. The work. The time. The help." She looked at me. Her eyes were soft. "You helped me first, Aunt Peggy. You helped me when I did not deserve it. You said no when I needed a no. You said yes when I needed a yes. You saved me." "I did not save you. I just showed you the door. You walked through it." She laughed. "That is the same thing." I shook my head, but I smiled. She was right. Maybe it was the same thing. The leaves fell. The wind got cold. Winter came. I stayed inside more. Butter stayed inside more. We curled up by the fire. I read books. She slept. It was nice. It was warm. It was home. Melanie came for Christmas. She brought a tree. A small one, but real. She brought lights. She brought ornaments. She brought cookies. She made them herself. They were not perfect. Some were burnt. Some were lopsided. But they tasted good. We decorated the tree. We hung the lights. We put the star on top. Butter watched from the couch. She was not impressed. "Cats do not care about trees." "Merry Christmas, Aunt Peggy," Melanie said. "Merry Christmas, Melanie." We sat by the fire. We drank hot chocolate. We ate burnt cookies. We laughed. We talked. We were quiet. It was perfect. It was family. She left late that night. The snow was falling. Soft and white. She hugged me at the door. "Thank you for everything. For this year.
For the tea.
For the cat. For the talks. For the no.
For the yes. For all of it."
I hugged her back. "Thank you for coming back. For trying. For changing. For being you." She walked to her bus. The snow fell on her head. She turned and waved. I waved back. I stood there for a long time, watching her go. Then I went inside. I made tea. I sat by the fire. Butter jumped on my lap. Her purr was loud. Her fur was warm. I sipped my tea. I pet my cat. I watched the snow fall. The world was quiet. The world was white. The world was good. I thought about the year.
The car. The cat.
The breakdown. The gas station.
The job.
The library. The diner. The office. The tree. The cookies. The hugs. The tears. The laughs. All of it. It was a lot. It was a year. It was a life. And I would not change a thing. Not one thing. I closed my eyes. I felt the fire. I felt the cat. I felt the cup. I felt the love. I smiled. I opened my eyes. I looked at the tree. The lights were soft. The star was bright. The snow was falling. I was home. I was warm. I was happy. And that was enough. That was more than enough. I leaned back in my chair. I sipped my tea. I pet my cat. I watched the snow. I thought about tomorrow. Another day. Another cup. Another purr. That is all I need. That is all I wanted. I smiled again. I closed my eyes. I drifted off. Butter purred. The fire crackled. The snow fell. And I slept. Peaceful.
Warm.
Loved. Just like that.